So this question, I think it came in case study. I don't know which year, but I think it's from sample paper. Okay, this type of question is like a competency based question where let's see the question first. Okay. So Aditya is a pilot in Air India. During the COVID-19, I'm sure all of you are aware of it, pandemic, many Indian passengers were stuck at Dubai airport. The government of India sent special aircraft to take them. Mr. Vinod is a person who's leading the operation. He is flying from Dubai to New Delhi with these passengers. His airplane is approaching point A along a straight line and at a consistent altitude. So meaning the airplane is coming from this side and it's all the way traveling to point A. Okay, okay, at consistent altitude. You know what it is. It's just H, normal H variable. At 10 a.m., the angle of elevation of this airplane is 30. So when it's 30 here, the angle of elevation is 30 degrees and it's here. And at 10:01 a.m., which is right here, the angle of elevation is 60. So airplane travel from point B to point C in 1 minute. So what should we find here? Now, if this is D, then this will also be D because opposite side. So here we have to find three variables h, d and x. How do you find that? Let's find. What is the distance d is covered by the airplane from 10 a.m. to 10:01 a.m. If the speed of the airplane is constant equal to 600 miles per hour. Okay, let's do the first one. So it says 600 miles, which means what? 600 miles don't convert to kilometer. Okay, this is the biggest mistake. So from 10 a.m. to 10:01, the time difference is 1 minute. Okay, now 1 minute, we know that distance is equal to speed into time. Now they give speed as 600 miles per hour. Now if we convert this hour to minute, so 1 hour is 60 minutes. So when I convert this 600 miles into hour, it will become 600 by 60. That's equal to 10 miles per hour. I have miles per minute. Now if it travels 10 miles per minute and the time difference is 1 minute. So distance you have to find. So distance equal to speed into time. That's equal to distance. In this case it's small d. It's small d. Distance equal to speed, which is 10 miles, into time, which is 1. That's equal to distance is 10 miles. Okay, so basically, oh my bad, 10 miles. So basically, from point from point B to point C in 1 minute, the airplane traveled 10 miles in 1 minute. So now we found D. D is what? 10 10 miles. Now see, what is the altitude of airplane? H. So how do you find H? It's pretty simple. Let me just clear this up. Okay. To find H, what we do is, you see this small triangle over here. this triangle. In this triangle, we have to find what x is. So in x, we can substitute with the variable as h and then find the answer. So let's name this point as, let's say, O. Okay, this point as O. Now to find O, in triangle, what? In triangle OCD, OCA, in triangle OCA, we have to find x. For now, we have to find x to substitute to h. In order to find x, we can use the opposite and adjacent, which means tan 30 we can use is equal to opposite, which is OC by x. Now we know tan uh, wait we know tan 30 is 1 by root 3 is equal to OC by x. See, okay, actually in this big triangle we can find out directly. So this might not be necessary for now because you have the big triangle, you can do it. So instead of this, we can take triangle in triangle C dash A. Because why I kept C dash? Because in the question they gave the variable as C dash, C and A. In the triangle C dash, C A, we know the entire angle is 16. So you can use tan 16 is equal to opposite, which is OC, OC dash, OC dash by X. But OC dash is nothing but, not OC dash, sorry, CC dash X. Now we know CC dash is equal to H because they both share the same altitude. And then root 3 is equal to H upon X. Okay. Then we say H is equal to root 3x. Let's name this as a first equation. Now look at this triangle. I'll write at a different pen. You see this triangle now? The biggest one with the hypotenuse. In this triangle, we can take tan and you find B and B dash. Then the base will be 10 plus x. You have to substitute with the in the terms of h. So you can say h is equal to root 3. Okay, then you'll find the value of x. From the x, you can again substitute the value and get the value of h. Okay, so we can say after this, we can say in triangle. Let me say it clear. You can see. Oh my god. Let me just clear this up. Okay. In triangle, in triangle the biggest one, which is b, b dash. You have to label this properly because the question they given is b and b dash. Then you say a. Okay. Tan 60, I mean tan 30 because it's small triangle. Tan 30 is equal to opposite by adjacent. Now you see tan 30 is 1 by root 3 is equal to opposite. Now opposite here is h. We substitute the value as h equal to h upon. Now see, the adjacent will be d plus x. D plus x. Now we know that in the previous thing we have said d is equal to 10. So you can just say, and x is equal to, you can substitute with the values of h. You can see value of h, so you get 1 by root 3 is equal to h upon, say 10 plus x is equal to, h is equal to root 3x, or we can say h is equal to root 3x. So root 3x. But here you can say root 3x is equal to h. So h is equal to root 3. So you can take root 3h. Root 3h. Wait a minute. No. H plus 10 plus x, right? Then we can say h to be. You can say h to be. Now h is root 3x, we know. So we just substitute h as root 3x. Now we cancel the root and you multiply, you get 10 plus x is equal to x. Wait, what? The x you cancel. Okay. The 10 plus x. Wait. Root 3, 1 by root 3 is tan 30. Get opposite h. H is equal to root 3x. Root 3x by 10 plus x. So for root 3x, oh yeah, this should be mass. Will become 2x equal 10. I'm right. 2x equal 10. X is equal to 5 miles. If x is equal to 5 miles, which means this one is equal to 5 miles. Now I can find easy value of h, because see, tan 30 equals opposite is h, so we'll just substitute the value here. Tan 30 equals opposite, which is 1 by root 3 is equal to opposite, which is h, by adjacent is 10 plus 5. If you cross multiply, you get 15 equals h root 3. H root 3 is equal to 15. H is equal to 15 upon root 3. Now if you make the denominator rational, you multiply by root 3. Then you get h is equal to 15 root 3 by 3. You cancel and get 5. So now we have h is equal to 5 root 3. But look at the question though. The question says round the h value to 2 decimal place. So we know that. So if they don't give anything like root 3 is not like the value, you can make your own value. So you can say root 3 is equal to 1.73. If you multiply 1.73 with h, therefore H you get as 1.73 into 5 into 5 get 15, 35, 36, 3, 8, 8. So you get 8.65 miles. So the altitude of the airplane is 8.65 miles. Okay, 8.65 miles on top, which means the H value is 8.65. 8.65. So airplane is 8.65 meters, miles above the ground. Now look at the third question. Okay, it's the odd question. This is a part of second question. Find the distance between the passenger and the airplane when the angle of elevation is 60. Okay, now look at this thing. So find the distance between the, the airplane when the angle is elevation 60. So basically the airplane is over here. The airplane is over here, and this is the passenger. The passenger is over here. So if the angle of elevation is 60, so means this triangle you have to take when is equal to 60, then what is the distance? So many people here would take and substitute as x equal 5, and they'll finish off their answer with 5 miles. But listen to the question. It says the distance between them. It's not from the base. It's not from the base. It's from the hypotenuse, because airplane is here, and let's say if you're standing here, you're looking at the airplane, which means the distance from you and the site of the airplane is the actual distance between you and the airplane. So here you have to find CA. Here you have to find CA equals what in the OR question? Not x. X equals 5 is just the distance of the base and the, but the actual distance is CA. To find the hypotenuse of the to find the hypotenuse to find the hypotenuse, let me just clear this up. Yeah, we can say x is equal, we got x is equals 5, and we have CA is equal to 3. Let's take x is equals 5 because it'll be more easy. So look at this. You can take cos or sine because you have both the value. You have C and C dash value, which is 8.65 something, and you have C dash and A, you have x is equal to 5. So if x is equal to 5, then base will be C dash A. You can take adjacent, take from this point of view, adjacent and hypotenuse. So it's cos. Now you have cos 60 is equal to adjacent by hypotenuse. Now cos 60, we know if sine 60 is root 3 by 2, cos 60 is 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is equal to adjacent. Adjacent here is C dash A. X is equal to 5 we found before. Yeah, see, x is equal to 5 miles. So then we can say x is equal to 5 miles. So in the 5 by hypotenuse is CA. CA, we cross multiply, get CA is equal to 5 miles. So therefore, you should not calculate the base, you should not calculate CA, because if it's CA, then that's more distance compared to this CA. So from the airplane to the passenger, which means the direct view should be hypotenuse. So if the hypotenuse is 5, wait what? No, not 5 miles, it's 10 miles. Because find it to know. So CA is equal to 10 miles. So distance between the airplane and the passenger is 10 miles distance. So we can see this as 60 degrees is 10 miles. Now look at the last question. find the distance between passenger and the airplane. So actually, the point 2, point 1 airplane is here, and this after 1 minute it came over here. We found this one. But this question says find the distance between passenger and airplane from the angle when the angle of elevation is 30 degrees. If it's 30, then this small angle you have to take. So meaning this yellow triangle, in this yellow triangle, the airplane is here. Supposed to find the distance from passenger and air. Basically, this hypotenuse is supposed to calculate, not the base again because base is different. In this case, hypotenuse is what we're supposed to find. For finding hypotenuse B and A, we can use sine or cos. Where hypotenuse B and A, that's the distance. So you can do as sine or cos, but sine will be harder because you have decimal values. But cos will be easier because it's just d plus x. So we can just clear this out. Let's just clear this. Okay. In triangle B, B dash, and A, BBA. Now we have 30 degrees supposed to calculate, and we can find as cos. In the cos 30 is equal to adjacent by hypotenuse. Now here adjacent cos 30 is root 3 by 2. Root 3 by 2 is equal to adjacent. Adjacent is d plus x. D plus x by hypotenuse is BA, that's the distance of the airplane and the passenger train, and the angle of elevation is 30. So B and A, BA. So it's very simple now. Just fill it out. So D plus X is nothing but 10 plus 5, which is 15 by BA. I'll write here. Now 15 BA root 3 is equal to 30. Now this will go this side. We get BA is equal to 30 root 3 by 3. And therefore, the distance between the passenger train of when the angle of elevation is 30 degrees is 10 root 3. 10 root 3, which means the distance B to A is 10 root 3 miles. It's far obviously, but they didn't ask you to find the decimal, rounded decimal, unlike this question. So you can leave the answer as it is, or you can convert to decimal. It's your option, it's your wish. You can convert if you want to decimal, but let's convert to be more precise. It's better than it's better than leaving an answer like that. So for converting, we can just say BA is equal to 10 into 1.73. So it's basically the 0 goes this side, becomes 17.3, because multiplication miles, right? So the distance between the passenger train, which BA, the distance is 17.3 miles. Here is 17.3 miles. So very simple question. All you have to do is just think not the base but the hypotenuse. The distance should be hypotenuse, and you have to use the distance equal to speed into time formula. And that's all. This is a case study question. It's 4 marks. They asked this question in Kendriya Vidyalaya sample paper. It's a really nice question, but mistakes can be a lot sometimes. Thank you.